Why, hello there! Summer in Japan is coming up super quickly, much quicker than I would prefer, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably already know that summer here is my least favorite season, and I sometimes have quite a hard time with it. So today I thought that I would share some of my summer essentials, which are basically items that you can get very cheaply and easily here in Japan that have improved my quality of life during summer immensely. Obviously, if you originally come from a country with a hot or humid climate, or if you prefer that kind of weather, you can skip right over this video, you're going to be just fine. But if you're like me and you prefer cold weather and sometimes struggle with the heat, then I hope that these items can help you out a little bit. So let's get started. Before I get into this, I just wanted to say I'm really sorry if you guys can hear the construction work going on outside my apartment right now. It happens every single day except Monday, and unfortunately I'm at work on Monday, so I can't film, so I kind of have to film while it's happening. I'm really sorry. I hope that you guys don't mind too much, or that you can't hear it at all. Fingers crossed. Okay, so first up is cooling fabric, and the first part of that is this, which is something called Airism. This is a singlet from Uniqlo, and they have a full line called Airism that is basically designed to soak up liquid, dry really quickly, and feel cool under your clothes. It's meant to promote airflow or something. I don't know the science behind it, I just know that it works incredibly well. So as you can see, this is a really thin material. You don't feel like you're wearing any extra layers, which I was really worried about when I first bought them, but you don't feel like you're wearing anything extra, and they are just really incredible in summer. I have one for every day of the week, and I just rotate through them and then wash them at the end of the week and do it again. So as I mentioned, these are from Uniqlo and they're super cheap. They're around, I think, 990 yen each, which is about 10 US dollars. And you can get them in all sorts of different styles. So this is the singlet, as I mentioned. These are the ones that I tend to get because that's what I prefer. But you can also get shorts to wear under skirts. You can get t-shirts that I've seen a lot of men wear underneath like nice button-up shirts. And basically what these do is help keep you cool and also keep sweat off your clothes. And I don't know if that's TMI or whatever, but honestly, you're going to get sweaty in the humidity that is Japanese summer. So you want to try and avoid having that on like your outer clothes, obviously, and these do an amazing job of that. Plus, they keep you a little bit cooler, which I'm all about that life. So my first thing for cooling fabric is Airism. I really recommend these to anyone moving here. The second thing that I get that is cooling fabric is sheets and pillowcases, and these I get from Nitori Net, which is an online like furniture and house goods store. I don't really hear too many people talking about it, but Nitori is like a lifesaver for like duvets, duvet covers, like spare bedding, like all that kind of stuff, furniture even. But what we're talking about right now is their cooling sheets. So these come out sometime in late spring and you can buy them all through summer. I have, again, two that I just rotate through, like I'll put one in the wash and have one on the bed. And the idea is the same as Airism. They soak up liquid and they dry really quickly. So you can wash and change your sheets really often in summer, which is a lifesaver because, as I said, things get sweaty. That's what I'm going to say. So yeah, first thing is cooling fabric. Japan has a ton of things like this available because summer is so hot and humid, so make sure that you look out for it. I get everything that I wear or use that's cooling fabric from either Uniqlo, like these, or Nitori, which is my bedding and things that are cooling fabric. With the bedding, you can also get pillowcases, like I mentioned, and duvet covers, and just like a blanket that's made of cooling fabric. I haven't tried those, but I assume they're all just as good. It's just like much more breathable than cotton or things that your regular sheets or bedding might be made out of. So definitely try those. Again, lifesaver. Cannot recommend them highly enough. Super cheap, super simple, amazing. Number two is cooling wipes, and this is the pack that I currently have. These are the ones from Heya, which is a 100 yen shop, but you can get them in all sorts of price ranges and all sorts of scents and packaging and all sorts of nonsense like that. These are just cheap and easy ones that I use. So cooling wipes are exactly what they sound like. They are wet wipes with a sort of alcoholic cooling function to them. I'm not quite sure how to explain it. These ones are mentholated, so they kind of have like a minty smell and then that cool mint kind of feeling to them. These are fantastic for if you've like walked to work or biked to work or even got the train to work and then you're feeling kind of gross. You can go and clean yourself up in the bathroom with these and feel a bit better, or even just like wipe them on your wrists or whatever to cool down your blood a little bit. I find them really, really helpful to have with me just as a like emergency cool down kind of thing. One thing I will say about these is if you have sensitive skin, you will want to try this on a small area of skin first because they can be a little harsh. So make sure that you test it out and make sure that your skin doesn't have a reaction to it. And the other thing is, even if you don't have sensitive skin, don't use these near your eyes. I've learned from experience that when you use them like close to your eyes around your forehead or under your eyes will burn for like 30 minutes. So don't do that. But I really do recommend these. As I said, you can get them in all sorts of scents and packaging and flavors or whatever. So find one that you like and just keep it in your bag at all times. The third thing is pretty obvious, and that is one of these. This is a fan from a 100 yen shop. You can get these from like any 100 yen shop in Japan. This one's from Heya. Once again, pretty much all of my stuff is from Heya. And these are super portable, super convenient, super cheap. When I lived in New Zealand summer, I didn't really understand the use of fans because air circulation doesn't help so much with New Zealand summer heat. In New Zealand, it's a very dry summer, and the sun, like itself, is very strong. Like UV in New Zealand is very, very strong, and so fans don't really help with that kind of heat. But when it's super humid and the air feels like it's kind of pressing down on you or even like a little bit wet, the air circulation that a fan gives is really helpful. So I carry this in my bag all the time. You can also get 100 yen like little battery powered fans, so they're really great too. I personally just use this. I use it when I'm standing at the train station. I use it when I'm on the train. I use it all the time in summer. These are fantastic. If you forget yours, don't worry too much. There are usually people like advertising and handing out big giant plastic fans with the advertisement on them if you want to pick one of those up when you're in a big city. But yeah, keep one of these in your bag if possible. I really, really do recommend it. You can't overestimate how helpful that air circulation can be. Next up is one of these, and this is a face towel. This one is shockingly not from Heya, but it is from Daiso, which is another 100 yen shop. And this is basically for when your face gets super sweaty and you want to wipe it. What I do is I get to work every morning and I'm super sweaty from the walk, and I go to the bathroom, I wash my face, I dry it with this. It's not embarrassing to have, don't worry about it. Almost every person in Japan will have a small towel in their bag to use for their face in summer. It's just a fact of life that we get sweaty. As long as you like wash it or change it out pretty regularly, don't worry about it. Apart from that, I do actually keep this with me all year round, or not this particular one, obviously, but I do keep a towel with me all year round because a lot of Japanese bathrooms, and especially my school's bathrooms, do not have hand towels, so you need to bring your own in with you. So I keep one of these all year round, but I do especially recommend it in summer. The next thing is not available from 100 yen stores. Oh my god, who would have guessed? And that is this spray-on sunscreen. This is incredible. So I use two types of sunscreen here. I use the spray-on type, which is this, and I use the gel type, which has an alcohol base, so it the actual cream itself will evaporate after a very short time, just leaving the UV protection. And the reason that I recommend these two sunscreens specifically is that when you're sweating a lot, if you use a sunscreen that will stay on top of your skin, the chances are you're going to sweat it off and then, or like wipe it off with your little face towel or wash it off when you wash your face. So you really need something that is going to stay and like the cream part of it will evaporate. This is great for that. It also, because it's like a spray mist and it's in an aerosol bottle, it comes out cold, and so that's really refreshing on super hot days. This one is from Biore, but like tons of brands make them. They're pretty cheap. I think this is like 500 yen, and it will last me all summer, and then the gel ones are about the same. So yeah, obviously use sunscreen in summer, especially if you're like me and incredibly pale and burn incredibly easily. You can probably hear that this has like a ball bearing in it. So what that is you just have to shake this up before using it every time, because it is a spray and it will settle, so you need to make sure that you're shaking it up so that the UV protection gets in with the mist and like all that good stuff. So shake and then use. Very easy. I keep one of these in my bag all summer long. The next thing is ion drinks, and this is my favorite. This is Aquarius. You can get tons of different kinds here though, like Pocari Sweat or Miu water, or basically anything that's marketed as a sports drink. I find that in Japanese summer, it's a lot easier to forget to keep hydrated enough. And I think that's because in New Zealand, summer is very dry. And so you feel like drinking a lot because it's super dry heat. However, here in summer, it's really humid and it kind of feels like the air itself is wet. So sometimes you don't feel like drinking is something that you want to be doing necessarily. But it's actually even more important because your body is losing more of its water supply by sweating it out. So the point of drinks like Aquarius and Pocari Sweat is to put back into your body what it loses from sweating so much. And it's really, really important to remember to keep hydrated, whether that's through water or through ion drinks during summer in Japan. I'm definitely guilty of forgetting to do this, and I actually got quite badly dehydrated 2 times in my first summer in Japan. Hasn't happened since then though, because I tend to keep a lot of Aquarius around my house so that if I'm feeling a little bit faint or whatever, I just drink some. Of course, you can do this with water as well, but it is easier to keep hydrated and to give your body back its ion supply that it loses from sweating so much with these special sports drinks. So yeah, remember to keep hydrated and be safe. Unsurprisingly, for the last item, we are headed back to the 100 yen store. This is once again from Heya, and it is a little gel ice pack. Of course, these are available in a bunch of designs and sizes and shapes. This is my cute little heart one. I don't use them super often, but I always keep them in my freezer during summer because I use them for really, really hot days when I'm feeling super overwhelmed. Sometimes I'll take them on the train with me to work, or sometimes I'll use them for my face and hands while I'm trying to get to sleep. The great thing about these is that they don't get wet as they melt, so you won't end up with water everywhere as they heat up, which is really fantastic because it means you can throw it in your bag and you don't have to worry about it getting water everywhere or waking up and your sheets being covered in water from it. So yeah, really convenient and just great if you have that emergency, I'm overheating kind of feeling. Okay, so I think that's it for my summer essentials list. I really hope that if you're like me and you have a hard time with heat and humidity, that this has helped you out. I hope that you can improve your quality of life for Japanese summer. If you have any other questions about anything really, feel free to ask them in the comments below. And until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.